Hey guys, today I'm just going to share with you guys kind of what we do around our house that helps our kids kind of be more active participants. We all live here, so we all kind of have to do our part to kind of make the house run smoothly. So here is our never-ending cycle of cleaning, kids edition, and what our kids do to help. Let's go. So up first we have Dakota, and right now he is just going to be cleaning out the dryer for me. We just try to find age-appropriate chores, and it's not even really doing much. I mean, how long would it take me to clean out the dryer? Very quickly, but still we're just trying to teach responsibility and how to be helpful. So it doesn't have to be something huge, it doesn't have to be something big, but it makes it feel like it's something that he can own, something that's just for him, that he can do, and something he can excel at. And after Dakota is done, I will usually come in and empty the dryer. Here is the fun part, because as soon as Nate sees me come in, here he comes. And here we go. Again, it's all about finding age-appropriate chores. Nate actually loves helping me push all of the laundry into there, and you just find something that your kids can do. It's something so small. Again, I can do it very easily, but it makes him feel useful and it makes him feel really good. It might take me just a little bit longer to have his help, but again, it's teaching him responsibility, even at the age of, how old is Nate? What, 20 months? So it's teaching him how to be responsible. It's teaching him some chores now, how to be helpful, and how to make the house run. We all live here. We all have to do our part, and even Nate has to do his part. Now, the only reason we haven't handed this chore off to one of the kids yet is because they are just too short to actually go inside of the washing machine. So maybe when it's time, we'll hand it off. But as of now, it's perfect for my young ones to be able to find something to do. So I might be the one that continues to do it. And when I say that in our house, it's like a revolving door of laundry, I feel like as soon as we get one load done, the next one's going right in. There's just so many people who need clothes. Like, why can't we just walk around naked? Why is that not a thing? Can we make that a thing, please? So we've just tried to make it really easy for India to be able to do her chores to where we don't have to stand there with her. India is not one of those kids who like to be micromanaged. So she's very much like, Mom, just tell me what I need to do. I can do it. Nathaniel Lee, don't you do it. Don't you dare. And he does it. Okay, good to know. Well, anyways, on that cup right there, we have actually, if you can't tell right there, have drawn just a black line, and it pretty much tells her how high she needs to fill up her detergent. That way she doesn't do too much detergent. But because her load is huge, which you're about to see right now, we told her just to go ahead and fill up the full cup because it's a lot. In the summertime, we try to tell them, okay, only one outfit a day. After you get out of the sprinkler, you don't need to have a whole new outfit. Or after you get out the pool, you don't need a whole new outfit. But somehow we still have managed that each of our kids have gone through 3 different outfits in one day, and that's just life. So it's great. She's loading up her laundry, and if you can't tell, even Nate right there is still finding a way to be helpful. Again, he just gets in where he fits in, and you just try to find things that kids can do, and once you kind of do it one time, they will start to do it by themselves, and you don't even need to ask. And Nate loves to be helpful to anybody he can, which I love about him. So excuse Rudolph, somebody didn't get the memo that Christmas is over. He found something in the dress up thing and just went at it and could not take it off for the rest of the day. But so right here, we have taught the kids to clean up after themselves. It's not my mess. If you guys make a mess, you clean it up. It teaches them to be held accountable for their actions and to be responsible for themselves. So if they make a mess on the table, it's their job to clean it up. At the end of the night, India does have a chore where she'll clean off the whole table, which is like after dinner. But for right now, it's just midday and they've had breakfast and they just haven't cleaned it up. So before we start homeschool, you just kind of have to do a light clean just to kind of clean up after ourselves so we are ready for lunch as soon as school is done. Manuel and I have taught our kids to be responsible for their own personal spaces. I'm not quite sure how her room always ends up so trashed, but in the end, I usually don't care as long as she's the one cleaning it up. Now, I may have to go through and kind of just remind her of some areas that maybe need a little bit more work, but by dinner time, the room is going to look like this all over again. And again, she's going to have to clean it up. But midday, just kind of a refresher so that way she's ready to start playing for the rest of the day. But when I walk by and see her room trashed, I cannot even focus. So I kind of make sure at least she kind of cleans up a little bit. Her dresser tends to be the one that clutters a bunch of stuff like tablets and trash. And I mean, so just going through and just reminding her of things that need to be worked on. Like her dresser drawers should not have looked like that. But she's 6 and she's learning. So we just have to go through and just remind her some things that maybe she missed. And it's fine. We get through it. And it's just nice that she's able to do her own room. And just the same thing for Dakota. He's 3, but he is able to pick up after himself. Now, I don't expect him to do a better clean than India. I understand, again, he's young, but there is stuff that he could be picking up after himself that don't require me to be there for. Now, again, I will come through and just say, hey, maybe you missed this, or hey, you can do that a little bit better. But for the most part, I kind of just let him be because he usually knows what he needs to do, and his room doesn't usually get as messy. He straightens up the sleeping bag. India was sleeping in there because the AC was in there. So I mean, it's just kind of just small picking ups, but as long as it doesn't pile up over time and we just do it bit by bit, it helps tremendously. Another thing that we have Dakota do is we have him just take the diapers outside. So usually I'm throwing a diaper over my shoulder just because there's 2 and I'm just trying to get him out. But we just have him just take him outside. It just lessens up the smell in the house. And again, just something small that he can do. Now here is where their chores kind of differ. So they both did laundry, they both cleaned their rooms, they both cleaned off the table, but there are chores that we have set aside just for Dakota. And his chore is taking and Nate will take over sometimes too. But his chore is just taking out the recycle and the garbage. Now, he can't take out the full bag, but he can walk with his dad as his dad does it because it just kind of teaches him that this is going to be your chore pretty soon. But for right now, he can take out the big boxes. He can take out the big water jugs and things like that. Those are all things that he can do. So if it starts to get too full, he can take those outside midday instead of waiting for his dad to get home, and then it just gets too full and I am just overwhelmed with how full my recycling is. So this is actually a new chore for India. She actually has not always folded her laundry. But lately it has just become so much, again, with how much they change their clothes throughout the summer. And a tip that I have is try not to teach your kids too many things at once. It becomes overwhelming, and then it just becomes like this big emotional thing when it should be something that's just normal, that it should just be them helping or them just doing their part of doing your own clothes. So try not to make it this big, huge thing of, oh, all of a sudden she needs to be vacuuming and mopping and sweeping and so many different things. One thing at a time, let them perfect it, and they will show you just how good they can do on that thing and move on to the next one. Now, Dakota cannot yet fold clothes, but one thing he can do is fold face towels. And so, again, you just kind of teach them different things right now that will lead up to the future. So, what you spend time in training them now will save you in the future. So, help them to help you later on. I know it's a lot more work right now. I could probably do all of this by myself, but I want him to understand how to do these things so that way he can do them later. And the final chore of the day is India being able to clean out the dishwasher. So she can't do everything because some of the shelves are a little high up and I don't want her standing on top of the counters, but she can find the chair for right now and at least reach the shelves that she can. And the things that she cannot put away, Manuel and I will come behind her and do. But still, it lightens up our load even by a few dishes, and anything helps. And again, teaches her now what to do for later. Alright, y'all, that's all we have for you guys today. Let us know down in the comments again what you guys do with your own kids that kind of keep your house running smoothly, and
like, comment, and subscribe.
Alright, y'all, that's it. Bye.